Good evening, everybody. Give me a second to get myself set up here as I'm gonna do another Kerbal stream. Oop, I'm turning orange. Looks like it's a good time to turn you off, Lux. So I am SwampDragoon. We're gonna play some more Kerbal Space Program. If you're not familiar with it, it is a great little space simulator, NASA simulator. That was a good transition, actually. I'm very proud of that. Good job, computer. I apologize for missing the stream. Yesterday, actually, I was fully intending to do like a longer stream, and my computer just would not boot. And you know, sometimes you get triggered pretty easily by things going wrong, so I kind of had a moment and I stopped and I just decided to take a break, play some Pokemon, and eventually came back to it and figured out, oh, okay, it's nothing big. It just seems like the solid state drive where the operating system lives was loose. Turned it on and asked it to basically fix any problems that there were. It did, and we're back. Back up and running, at least for now. Definitely working towards getting something better at some point. We'll see how that goes and when that turns out. Honestly, this is gonna be an interesting stream today too. So this is the rocket I intend to send up. And I had an idea of where I was gonna send it. I have forgotten where I was gonna send it now. Let's see. Let me take a look at my little cheat sheet here, which gives me, basically lets me see like where what number, where I want to go and how much fuel it's going to take to get there. I may have said Duna. I may have been thinking about Moho, but that's a lot. Duna seems like the smartest thing to do. It's the one that takes quote-unquote the least to get to and then to come back, which is ideal. So let me take a look here. I think I was looking at either Gilly or Eve, to be perfectly honest, or Moho, but the Duna seems like a more reasonable target to go for. It would take me, and I'm not even trying to get. I've only got about an hour, I think, to stream today. It's what I'm aiming for right now. So I'm not even trying to like get a full orbit. I'm actually just trying to get in close enough so that I can get some science from being in the orbit of Duna and kind of make my way back to Kerbal. There's a chance that I can get some stuff from Ike as well. Ike is not too expensive to try and do. It sort of depends on how the fuel situation lasts, and right now we're going to test this out. I even built a fuel pod in orbit with the full intention that that's what it was going to be. I was going to have to do that in order to make this be worthwhile, but I may have figured out how to just kind of ignore that. Alright, I need to change some things up here. I do kind of want a service bay now. It's a big service bay. Fine. The service bay down here. Open. Actually, also, what science things can we put down in here? Oh, this thing actually fits in here. That's fun. Which kind of seems reasonable since I don't want it to be outside. It's not too far that way. Alright. Let's get some. I was gonna say you're like not quite where you're supposed to be. Pressure thingy here too. And put some O's. Okay. Okay. All right. I think this would normally be put down here or something, but for now, putting it on the nose feels like the safer bet. All right. Let's see. What else am I doing here? I've got battery power on the side here. It's not amazing battery power. I could probably just add a tiny bit more juice. There we go. I can't tell if it's even in there correctly. Oh well. Close? What happens if I close? Nothing. Okay. Alright. This is my rocket. Alright. How much delta V do I have in a vacuum? I'm about 10,000. That actually should get me everywhere I need to go. I think it'll even get me back. This is not the most efficient run, obviously. I could have been a bit more careful and try to be more efficient, but this is just a science program, so a science playthrough, so I don't have to worry about like reputation and how much things cost and things like that. And it's just to kind of like keep getting myself to figure things out. Well, I hope the subtitles work. I've heard that the subtitles are very silly, Heather, so fair warning. Sometimes it doesn't really get things right. Okay, so I want to add some stuff in cargo as well. I'm gonna be somewhere around... Is it in command? No. Is it in here? Yes. Ground anchor. Weird. Okay. I don't think I need this. Let's just put a bunch of these just in case. Huh? Just in case. Alright. This will do it for now, I think. So let's look at the number. We've got about 10,000... as long as it makes sense. It's gonna get sciencey too, so we'll see. So we've got 10,000 delta V to work with here, and we need 3,400 to get out of Kerbal space, basically to orbit Kerbin. Then we need 930 to like get out a little bit further into the solar system, and then if I'm going to Duna, I think that was where I was intending to go. I can't even remember anymore. It really might have been Eve. Eve is also pretty easy to get to with a quick slow trajectory. But if I go to Duna, it's gonna take 130 more, and that's just to like go across it. And I could take about 250 or more to just kind of orbit around it. I think I could make that. I think I could orbit around Duna and then still make my way back and not. And this might be close. We'll see. Let's test this out. I really wanna get to this launch. This launch sounds like it's gonna be fun for me. All right. Another thing I gotta worry about is let's go up to here. Another thing I gotta worry about is when I'm starting this actual launch. So we're here. And the one I'm aiming for is Duna. And you can see that Duna is actually pretty far out, but since their orbit is further away than ours is, and their orbit is further away from the center of the sun and than ours is, we're gonna move a little bit faster and we're gonna catch up. I've been going through a little bit of a tutorial on how to do all this. So this is gonna mean that eventually it'll get closer, and I need to get to a point where it's you can they call it a phase angle, I've been learning, and so you need to get to the point where you get to that phase angle so that you can actually start your trajectory and head in the right direction and actually like make it to where you're trying to go. So there's an angle that I need to aim for. For Duna, that angle is 44 degrees, and that is basically the angle. The angle that we're talking about is basically the angle between this planet and the sun, and then the planet that I'm heading to and the sun. So this needs to turn into 44 degrees. You can see that it's actually more like 90. Probably a little bit bigger than 90 actually. And this needs to just kind of narrow down. I have something already in place in orbit that I can use for this, I think. But we're not gonna worry about this right now. But we can see that, like, obviously this is actually way too far out. I shouldn't even send, like, the rocket shouldn't even be out here. So we're gonna spend some time warp since we have that kind of time. Just gonna let this, like, let time pass. There we go. Sure are a lot of asteroids all around that. Alright, let's see. This looks a lot more. This is a lot narrower than 90, thankfully. This looks like 60 degrees. So I kind of want to push it a tiny bit more. Oh, actually, you know what? I should save it here. This is where I should quick save. I'm gonna try to like narrow that down a little bit further. Now, does that look like half of a right angle? I'd say that's about 50 degrees. So we're pretty close to where we need to get to, but it's probably where we need to start working towards that. So let's go ahead and everyone's been waiting in this rocket this entire time. And let's take off and get into an orbit. Let's basically see how this launch goes. I forgot that I needed to worry about the these guys on the bottom. It's a really, yeah, no, this isn't a simple game. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And then the mods go on to add even more, like to go, yeah, to actually like go interplanetary in a different way. Oh, this might be something I need to jettison first. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of math involved. There's a lot of physics involved. It's pretty fun. Slow things down a bit more. You can see like you could see the wind resistance coming through. We were literally like pushing through the air, and that puts a lot of pressure on everything, and we don't need to do that. We can actually take our time and go through slowly, and eventually we'll just like kind of pop out of the air and be in a spot where we can just continue. Let me slow that down. Our apoapsis is now like a minute 10 away, so we can definitely slow down a lot. We're about to run out of fuel in these two guys. Say Artemis 1 with the Orion module that just splashed down. I think that's dependent on mods, pretty much, Chris. Because like all the rockets you're making, you're quote unquote making your own rockets, but it's, you know, it's the base parts that they have for you. So you can try to like finagle it together to make something that looks like it, or you can find the mods that are set up for that, really. No, I don't think so. I don't think you have to pay for the mods at all. The mods take time to find, and not all of them are super stable. But you'll find there should be like, you know what? There might not be mods for that, but I mean, there's like community built. There's either community built like assemblies, or that will maybe be made to look like that, or there are mods that will let you like kind of get the parts that are more NASA correct, or whatever NASA's actually using. I haven't tried it, but that would be where my first look would be, just to kind of take a look at what mods and what things people have built already. But it is possible to kind of make what you want in your own thing. Oh, detach that too. And then to kind of try to aesthetically make it look like what you want is the other part. But that is not impossible to do. This crossfeed on? Yes, it is. Disable it. It's not even that much. I know I've seen an SLS that looks like it in Kerbal. No worries, man. It's one of those, yeah, it's a cool thing about this that you can, like, you should be able to see relatively accurate, like, gear and equipment for rocketry and space travel and things like that. Oh, I'm like having a hard time pushing my apsis further. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Are you not? No, you are. You should be fine. Ooh. Excuse me. Lower the music just a tad. Yeah, wow, it's not enough speed. How interesting. I didn't realize this was gonna be an issue. Is it because I'm using you guys? It must be because I'm using you guys. Alright. I need to revert flight to launch. I need to change up a little bit of what I'm doing here. I think I know where I went wrong. Oh no, I don't. Oh yeah, this is it. I need to... I have the crossfeed disabled. I mean, I have it enabled, so this should be fine. This should be able to get further. Not having to pop. What popped? That popped early. Yeah, that popped early. I didn't need that to pop. Once we're out of Atmo, that's when that can pop. Okay, I got it. Alright, let's do that again. Oh wow, what a... That's terrible. That is a terrible place for that to go. Kinda have to just like... do all this again. Well... suppose I have no choice, but thanks. Jeez. It's about 60. It's getting closer to 45, but not quite. Alright, that'll do. We're gonna quick save here. Nope. That's not what I wanted either. This'll do. Alright, we're heading east. And I really wish I could warp this stuff, but I can't, so oh well. Just gonna have to do this deal, like, wait and slowly get there. Let's get this down. TWR is too high. Our apoapsis is almost a minute away. We're gonna slow that down soon. Back up. So I've been learning the TWR that you're here is our thrust to weight ratio, I think. 2 is usually a sign you're about to go too fast. So I try to keep it under 2, but if I can get it to 2, then I'm already doing a great job on speed. Alright, drop those. Let's slow down a bit. Just to make sure our... So, to keep our apoapsis a minute away, because that's supposedly basically, not supposedly, that's basically the most efficient time to put your burn in order to get that apoapsis further and further and start to get back into orbit. There we go. We're now well above the atmosphere. Apoapsis is getting up above 50 kilometers. Speed things up just a tiny bit to keep pushing that apoapsis further. Oh shit, that's not what I thought was gonna happen. Fun. So now I gotta see how badly that ruined everything. Looks like quite a bit. Yeah. It's quite a bit ruined from that. Oh, wow. These rockets are not that great. I may have been misinterpreting how I need to use these. Yeah, I'm thinking that this is way... Yeah, that's what the little green guys are. They're crew member on board. I gotta do that again, don't I? You know what? I'm gonna hit that lat so I don't have to do that timing again. Because that's ridiculous. Alright, so, I know what I did wrong there. I actually just kinda, I have this thing letting the fuel come from the top tank down. And that essentially allows this thing to keep burning, and this thing has a lot more power. This has possibly the most power, these engines down here, but these engines are pretty good secondary, and they're meant to help. And then the main one's definitely got the most juice behind it. All right, let's get back to this. What's our apoapsis look like? Pretty good. But yeah, no, these three guys are in here. They're in the command module, which is right up here. It's got enough room for 3 people, so that's what they are. I got a pilot who is Jebediah. He's currently flying the ship and keeping it stable for me. And there's an engineer and a scientist. They're not doing as much on the space station, right, on the rocket right now. They're not really flying it or helping it keep stable. But they're useful for other things. The engineer's kind of there as a just in case for me, really, but not Jeb. I don't know where that's gonna land. I feel like that could land in a very bad spot. Give it a little bit more power. Oh, yeah, they're not doing anything. That's a good question, Chris. Actually, you don't have to maintain either their physical or their mental health. Food is sort of not a thing you have to worry about. You can't, like... The question about G-forces is that the answer to that is that the G-forces don't affect them as long as they're inside a ship that can handle those G-forces. If they're outside of the ship, then it depends on if they're in the atmosphere or not. If they're in the atmosphere and they're going super fast, then as soon as they get out of the ship, they just either like get pulled apart or burn away or some shit like that. Like they definitely don't survive. But once they're outside in space, they can just kind of get out there and grab a hold and everything and just kind of hold on. And they don't have like a stamina meter or anything like that. They just kind of do. If that makes sense, if that helps understand what exactly they're capable of doing. So you don't have to worry about that. I am wondering if the sequel will have that in mind, because I would think about like how sane can they be at this point. Kerbals are like meant to be foolish. Like it's you doing the work, not the Kerbals. At this point, I have the Kerbal. The thing I have a Kerbal doing is aiming towards the prograde, so that I don't have to worry about aiming it in the right direction. He's doing that for me, which is great. I'm gonna keep pushing towards Apoapsis. Right now, like, the Apoapsis is getting higher and higher, and I'm not really trying to make it that high, but oh well. Like, it's really the Periapsis that I'm trying to make grow, and if that means that the Apoapsis goes up, that's all. There's nothing I can do about that. And I pretty much have to keep using these engines, but these tanks are empty now, so I'm using these tanks. Slow it down further. Pretty sure I think I can drop these. I'm gonna get this up to Periapsis negative 100, and that'll be when I drop this. That'll be fine with me. Let me see this. Physics flies food and water out a lot weight for prolonged space travel. It's one of the biggest limiting factors for humans to go, for sure. Anywhere in space. Anywhere, yeah, including International Space Station. For sure, like, you have to have, and it has to be like food that can, it's not like regular food. Regular food has to survive, has to be like grown in the atmosphere and cooked in a certain way sometimes. Like, you can't do a lot of that up in space either. There's all kinds of difficulties and hazards and obstacles related to that. So I kind of don't know how they would do that here. I mean, I think at some point you get bored of potatoes, and you can't, like, cook them. You can't really fry them. You can, like, maybe mash them. You have mashed potatoes forever, but you don't have gravy with it. You don't really have butter with it. Oh shit. All right, we can turn that off. I'm going to oh, is that like, ha, that's the fucking fuel pod. That's probably where we need to go. We're gonna disconnect here. And hope that this is enough to finish the rest of the way. Oh, I didn't put fucking RCS on this. Damn it. That means I actually can't connect it. That means I need to do this one more time. Just have to launch right from the beginning. Because it's going to take me forever to figure out how to connect this correctly. Nope. We got to try this all over again. Oh well. Revert to launch. Actually, no. I know what I need to do. Potato pods in space. I know. Like a farming greenhouse in space, essentially, right? Yeah, right. Of all the things. Alright, let's recover the vessel so that we're not changing our time, because this is still the ideal time to send up the rocket. But what I need... Oh shit, I don't even have monopropellant on there either. That's gonna be a problem if I do this thing. Alright, let's keep you down. Let's get a nice big thing of monopropellant. Let's put you back up. Alright, and then the thing I really need you for is, I need engines that, no, I don't need engines, I need you. And yes, I want you to be like that. Alright. So I'm gonna put one, oh actually I have 4, don't I? 6. And the other ones I'm gonna put here. Try to offset it with the other guys. That looks okay. Then I want to like attitude adjustment, actual actuation toggles. I don't want you to control these. Pitch roll, yaw. Those are the only ones I don't want you to control. I think that's pretty accurate. Okay. That. I mean, hopefully that's what I need. So still the right amount of delta V. It's a little bit less because I have to add more weight. I've added more weight to everything, but I intend to refuel. I kind of need to in order to make this journey. And I don't know how much of that fuel I'll be able to use. I've actually not tried a refuel attempt either. This will be the first time I'm doing that. Alright, now, have you messed me up on my... No, you haven't. This is exactly when I need to take off. Alright. Gotta try to get this... this happens a lot, honestly, with Kerbal Space Program. You're just kind of like, okay, I did this, and we're taking off, and then that was a smooth ride, and you're like, oh, I forgot science stuff, or something else. So... hopefully this is the one. Fix that. That's okay. I fixed it now. Oh, gotta also control our TWR. Let's start aiming towards the prograde. No, Delta V, so I keep using that term because that's sort of how it's explained to me a lot of times, but Delta V is essentially how much power there is, how much thrust energy there is available from the fuel that's in there, and compared to, like, I think compared to the weight that you're pushing up as well. So you can use that number to determine how far you can get the ship, which includes out of the atmosphere. Oh, I gotta slow it down a lot. Out of the atmosphere and onto other orbits and stuff like that. So I need 3,400 delta V in space, I think, in order to get out of the planet's initial atmosphere, and then a little bit. No, it's 3,400 to get out of the atmosphere and to establish an orbit. At least that's what the math is if you have like the perfect launch and everything. So that's what that number entails. This is essentially represented by this number down here that you can see. 7,389. It's sort of still, it's fluctuating because I am getting out of the atmosphere, and so I'm getting, even though I'm still burning, I'm getting more delta V because I have less resistance to get through. Looking at the apoapsis, it's about 80, almost 80. I want it to just be a minute away. I've said that before, but that's what I'm learning, and it helps. You use up the least amount of fuel that way, and that's pretty important if you want to do the career modes and like worry about how expensive rockets are, and if you're getting things back. Yeah, we should be well above the atmosphere now. 70. I think the atmosphere for Kerbal is like 60. Ceiling for it is 60. So now that we're in 75, we're definitely above it. I think the delta V is actually we're still getting some delta V back. Like the number should just be going down now on burning, but because it's still getting higher and higher up, there's still like less air resistance to worry about. But I like, yeah, this game keeps a lot in mind, and it's still a very simple like simulator at the end of the day. The sequel game will be very... It'll be interesting to see what they do for the sequel, even though it'll be early access at first. The sequel comes out in... The early access for the sequel starts in February, if I'm remembering that right. Of 2023. So I don't think I'm mixing that up with Jedi Fallen Survivor. I think that's correct. Let me take a look really fast just to make sure I've got this right. KSP2 release date. Still good here. Yes, we are. It is supposed to come out, yeah, February 24th, 2023 is when the early access starts. So, not too far away, but it's not going to be the full game. Since it's early access, it's going to be some of the basic stuff. Actually, not even the basic stuff. It's not going to have a science campaign or a regular campaign. It's really just going to be like creative mode and should be the full simulator to be able to launch rockets into space and orbit them around things and then send them to other planets, I think. And they're trying to make some kind of an interstellar situation where you can jump from one star to another and build colonies and stuff like that, but that's not going to be a thing that comes out when the game is first released. It's going to be like extra stuff that they add on, but it's still going to be a cool idea. I like the concept behind all of it. Yeah, no worries. I'm really excited about it. I'm thinking I want to like play the early access and stream that because it'll be something to look at and to show people like what does this game look like and what's it gonna look like later. All right, we've got a periapsis of negative 100,000. At this point, the usual recommendation is to go up all the way to where the apoapsis is, so to let this timer get down to like close to 0 or 0. And then to just full burn to get this periapsis up all the way up to 100,000 so that we have a full orbit and don't have to worry about crashing back into the ground and we can just kind of take our time. There is again the fuel pod and launcher relay, which is fairly important. We're going to have to get in close to that in order to refuel. Not a thing I'm thinking about now, obviously. But we'll get there eventually. We're gonna need it. I wasn't sure how much fuel we'd have after this. There's still plenty of fuel in here, it looks like, which makes sense. Maybe that's where all the delta V is basically at right now. So I guess I don't necessarily need to do this, but I kind of want to be. I basically prepared for way too many problems. Let me drop this. And periapsis is achieved. Alright, great. We are good. And that way these things are gonna still hit the ground, but I'm in a stable orbit now. Actually, I wanna be a little bit higher, because I gotta worry about fuel. The fact that I have to catch up to the fuel. Actually, the fuel is in the perfect spot for me not to catch up to it, really. Alright, so I want to actually retrograde. Which I'm slowly going to get to because it's a very heavy rocket. Should be able to barely make it to it, though. And if I do, basically what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to like make the orbit a little bit smaller than the orbit of the actual fuel pod, because that way it'll be easier for me to actually reach it. I can catch up to it since it's already ahead of me. I need to be a little bit faster in order to catch up to it. Alright, getting there, getting there. And apoapsis come down. Turn it into the periapsis, and I still need to be, I want it to be 80 or 90. 85 is good. Just a little bit. Really. I'm gonna stay on that periapsis until we get to, on the retrograde until we get to the periapsis now, just to make it nice and even. I don't think we're already catching up to it, although I could be wrong. No, not really. Oh, look at you. I mean, we might be able to get it done here. That would be playing with fire, basically, by doing it this way. I just kind of... Nope. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, we want to lower this down just a bit more. Just to control this a bit further. Yeah. That's good. That's good with me. Yep. Six minutes periapsis. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then get to 0. So just speed things up a little bit. Oh fuck. Alright, here we go. Oh shit. Didn't even realize I wasn't aiming at it. Oh well. Better aim at the target now. Good. Done. Alright, now with this, we should be able to catch up to this mother. Pretty quickly, actually. There's the thing. Operation is that much. Hello, Siler. It's going okay. Well, I mean, I guess I've gotten... It's a little close. Let's say it's a little close. But I'm trying to get this intersect to happen. I may have made it a little bit more challenging for myself than I intended, but at least it's interesting, right? Alright. Maybe I do need to just kind of deal with the fact that there will be two intersections. Because it looks like, I mean, look how close I can get to that just by doing it this way. Alright. That's perfectly fine. What is this? Launcher debris. I still have launcher debris? Alright. Well, the mission right now is... It's related to trying to send something interplanetary, but right now it's actually do my first attachment with this monstrous ship and try to what would you call it? Try to essentially, you know what, let's go ahead and jettison this too. Try to essentially slow down and spin. Could have easily sliced their gloves in there. Oh, I just saw the I didn't realize you were sending me that's what you were sending me, Chris. I need to take a look at that in a second. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit. Yeah, the mission is to go interplanetary, but right now it is essentially to test out this. Well, to do my first refueling and see how that goes, and then try to send this ship over to another planet. Although I probably will not have time to do that today. It's a very short stream today. But I've been able to do attachments before, so I think I should be able to pull this off. I'm just kind of never done it with a big Hawken thing like this before, so this is going to be a first time. But I'm interested to see how it'll go. So I'm going to start burning a minute 30, and then we'll get there. So let me see what this thing is. In 1990, there was a mission where astronauts in EVA suits had to catch a moving satellite with their hands to dock it to ISS. Extremely dangerous mission because the satellite was rotating, so they had to slow down its spin. Could have easily sliced their gloves. Yeah, that would have been it for anybody. Like, yeah, the atmosphere's going out. That sucks. That's a very intense mission for sure. Like, I can imagine that, but I can't imagine like trying to program a game to do something like that. If you know what I mean, like that's some intense. It's just an intense maneuver, an intense thing to think about while you're looking around for any other objects you might not be seeing, but you also have to focus on this thing that is literally coming at you. And it's relatively slow compared to you, but you're both going super fast. So there are issues to worry about with relation to that. That could be better, but I don't have to worry about that right now. I'll worry about it in a minute. Or actually, I won't. I'm already able to get like to 0.5 kilometers. Okay, here we go. Happening soon. Burn 7, 6. I'm gonna do a slow burn too, just to make sure we don't like go way too far. Intersect 1 right there. I'm looking at intersect 2 really. Okay, slow down. Ooh, that's really close. More than I expected, but great. Still like it. We're at like, there's a distance of 200 meters really, which will be great. There's still a little bit of a difference in the alignment, but I think we'll be fine. I do want to get closer to that second intersect, so let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna look at, where's our target? Our target should be like right around here. Is it you? It is you. That's our target right there. Intersect 1 is in a minute. Intersect 2 is in 13. So let's warp like until we're 3 minutes away from intersect. And now it's going to be intersect 1. It's 3 minutes away. 3 minutes away. I want 3 minutes away. Ooh. Alright, don't go too fast now. You can see where this is going to... There's going to be an angle problem for sure. I'm not looking at the right thing. This is something else entirely, isn't it? No, that's it. Fuel pod and launcher relay. It's just at a very interesting angle. Okay, how far are we? 4 minutes away. So I'm going to aim towards... The big thing I'm going to need to do is to try and slow down my relative speed with this guy, which I'm not seeing it here, but I can see it here. I don't need the node. Do I have the node on? I don't. Okay, good. So I've got a relative speed of 37.7 meters per second by the time I'm like 0.7 kilometers away from it, which is not bad. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that... Let's intersect one. What is happening here? There's all right. There are moments of the game that gets a little glitchy, obviously. I don't know what that is. Oh, it was aiming me at focusing me on the wrong thing. Oh, I should delete that. That explains why that's happening. Okay, now I understand. Alright, so relative speed. I want to try and move this a little bit. Where are we at? We're about 2 minutes 45 away from rendezvous. Right. Alright, now. Let's see. We've got... I just want to start slowing things down. Push the retrograde up a little bit further so that it gets over to our anti-target, which is the opposite direction of our target. And hope that's the right direction. It is the right direction. You can see that I'm getting further away, but I'm slowing down from my target, really. All right, there we go. Now I can aim here. And I think I'm going to let it get to a minute away. Maybe less. And just start to slow things down. I am now coming down on top of it, so... The speed is 28.5, the separation is 0.5 kilometers. It's not too bad, honestly. You can see the retrograde is coming off a little bit. Push it a little bit further, back down. Got it. All right, we've got a relative speed of 21. We're actually going to get closer now thanks to that little push we did. 18.7 meters is still pretty fast, but we're not out of the woods yet. You can see that the intersect, apparently, like, as long as you're able to push things forward and the intersect kind of like keeps getting pushed further away, you're able to control your approach is something I've learned and realized. So I'm trying to just kind of like steadily keep things under control. Another trick I've learned is that if you're like with the rendezvous are complicated. You have to like align your orbits essentially in order to meet up with the object you're trying to connect with, which is actually arguably it's this one. This is what I'm trying to get to. And it's such an interesting like thing to just kind of figure out. But as you push the retrograde, it sort of determines like what direction you're going in. The retrograde is the opposite direction that you're going in. I am going in the opposite direction, and this is actually slowing me down. Which means that I'm sort of like, as you can see, it's more or less directly towards the fuel pod. I'm just trying to slow down my approach so that I don't just run into the fuel pod or I don't just pass it by. Right now, this is going to be relative speed of... and the node already is fixing itself by the fact that we're trying to make the approach. Relative speed is going to be 12.5. We've got about a minute away, a minute 30. I'm going to keep trying to bring this down to like a very healthy 3 meters per second, and that's where we can really control things at that point. Intersect looks like it's about 63 meters, which is great. We're pretty much in full control here. A minute 30 still. All right, approach is now we're got about 8.5 meters per second getting there very nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick save because I think we're doing a good approach here. Intersect's getting further away, but that's okay. As long as our speed keeps going down. So I'm gonna let this get as close as a minute away from the intersect. I'm gonna try to push this down to 3 meters per second. Push this back into where it needs to go. Much closer, 28 meters, look at that. And our speed current is 5.4. It's going to slow down to 5.1, which is great. Oh, you got back from... Oh, that's cool, man. I understand. Watching all this is... hang on. Let me get this thing ready. This is like the trickiest part of this whole thing. Get this to 3. Okay, good. Let me see this real quick. But watching all this is bringing back a bunch of interesting facts. The fuel pod idea is something they are looking to adding for the mission to the moon. There will be the space station that will be orbiting the moon called Gateway. That makes sense, actually. Sending fuel to the moon would mean they could refuel and launch rockets from the moon, which means they don't have to use up a bunch of fuel to get out of Earth's atmosphere. Actually, that does make sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I mean, like, this is all like, really, I'm still trying to learn all this stuff. So like, this is my first attempt at a fuel pod. I've made a little bit of a thing that has a lot of fuel, really, probably way more fuel than is necessary, but better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're making our approach really nicely here. So I'm gonna slow this down to about 1. And that'll give us some real control here. So we're gonna start controlling from... Actually, you know what? I want to start you here. So I want you to control this from here. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I actually want to face it. So let's face the target. Still got about 3 minutes before we get there. We'll be okay. Hello, big sad Bodark. I don't know. What do you call old Greece? I want to see if it's something that in the name, but it does not make sense. Ancient Greece. Oh, you dork. I like that one. You're a dork, but I appreciate it. It's a very, very dorky joke. Well done. Well done. Alright, let me... What's my target? That's not my target. I want to aim at... Ooh, there we go. Set as target. I want to aim at that. It's getting close. Intersect in less than 2 minutes, but I think I'll be fine. I just want to get it aimed. Right? Hey, don't go too far. Don't go too far. Although honestly, like, the other part is that this thing is also trying to control itself. Alright, now, control from here. Our target is that. If you would not mind. Can't tell if you're letting me aim. I kind of can't tell at all, but we'll try this. All right. Let's give ourselves a little bit more control here. All right, we're not... really don't like what's going on here. This doesn't feel very nice. Probably because I have all these extra things on here and it's not really giving me full perfect control or anything like that. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I want to move my trajectory. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do it this way. Yo. All right. Are you even aiming at the thing though? Like that's the thing I'm having an issue with. You're not even like letting me touch this thing. Alright, let's try this again. Your face was in space. That's interesting. Later, check out my face. It was one of the coolest moments when I talked to Orion's pictures. Oh, that's cool. Dude, that's fun. That's a really cool. That's just a very cool concept all the way through, you know? I love that. All right, we're in good shape, but we're not aiming at the right thing. We're also not moving forward, really, compared to this. So I kind of need you to move a little bit forward. I'm gonna use as much mono. We're just gonna stick to. Well, I guess we could use some forward thrust from here, and that's fine. Just a little bit of boost. Fly me to the moon. Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, like, what else do you ask for, really? All right, good. Let's see if I can get you to aim here at least. Oop, don't do that. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Stop. 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 Excellent. Okay. Let's just slow down a bit now. Excellent. All right. I wish I had a better idea of how to do the camera. I'm not great at this. Ooh. Okay. Oh, no. You're about to miss. Nope. Oh, don't use the rockets for this. Alright, you got this. Just keep it under control. Oh, it's almost there. Just kind of like hoping and waiting. There we go! I got it! It's connected. Holy crap, what a freaking mess. But look at that. I actually did a rendezvous. This ship actually connected to the freaking space station that I built. Oh, now how do I refuel it? Can I disable? That is, yeah, man. Honestly, Chris, that's a pretty badass thing. Okay, so I connected it. Now how do I refuel it? Do not disable crossfeed. Jeez, man, right? So, like, how do I... Now I gotta learn that. Hang on. I really I wanna do that thing in particular. So, like, how do I refuel? KSB, how do I refuel? Oh my god, KSB, how to refuel. Right click on the rock, You follow the tutorial, it should be full. Then hold Alt. Right click on this, and then hold Alt and right click on that. Ah, it is that. Oh. Oh, dude, I'm refueling my ship. That's such fun. And I should probably just refuel that real quick. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. How much fuel is left in this after that? Oh, I didn't finish. That's fine. Ah, yeah, it has to stay on, huh? Okay. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. What the fuck? Ah! It's not the button I wanted to press. Sorry. I was not gonna let that go. After this, I'm not gonna do it tonight, but after this, we're gonna go use all that fuel that we have. So you know what? Let me see how much fuel we actually get. That's the real question, right? Okay, that should do it. Without doing anything crazy. Yeah, I put the fuel pod together. I mean, what you can see is that the fuel pod is made up of like basically 3-ish parts. I made a main one that has this little control module probe up there with some satellites to keep it connected to the network. And then, oh, I have to do this again? I do, okay. Oh, I see where this is confusing. Hang on, hang on. So yeah, I built this off of like 3 separate parts. The main one in the middle, and then 3 other parts that I basically launched up one at a time. And then like I dropped this thing off, and then I basically practiced rendezvousing in order to connect these other parts to the pod itself. And this is the first time I've ever tried the whole refueling feature, which, I mean, I gotta say, it freaking works, guys. Holy crap, this is vanilla. There's no mods here. They built this with this in mind, which is amazing. Ooh, I still have some extra room here for fuel. I wonder if I can also refuel the monopropellant. I can. Fantastic. Guys, I love this. Do I have mono repellent full here? Yes, I do. Now I need to out here. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff just with the vanilla. Mods let you do it with guns and orbital bombardment cannons. Yeah, they also, like, the thing that the mods do that you wouldn't expect you need the mods for is, like, tools that make calculations easier. Right now, I'm relying on other people that have done the math for me on, like, how do I make my approach? How much speed and energy and delta V do I need in order to make this happen? And I mean, I'm totally thankful for the information that's actually out there already. All right, so I've got a full, I'm gonna go ahead and save it one more time. Got pretty much a full tank. It looks like I don't, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to. Ah, this is why. I have a little bit of a thing here. Just gonna keep fueling everything up as much as possible so that I can leave this stream with a fully refueled rocket that I will then send to a planet. Nope, actually I want this, and this. And then I'm just gonna refuel all of this. Let me see what you say. The rocket equation is actually pretty simple if you ever want to do it by hand. You just need dry mass, wet mass, thrust, and G, if I recall. Well, I'm not quite there yet. That's definitely something to keep in mind. I think you can do, yeah, you can definitely do a lot of the stuff by hand. I won't deny that, but I have some, you know, all the things I'm learning bit by bit, and I'm just kind of happy to have what I have here. All right, so this means that I've got, I don't have this. This is telling me I have like 4,000, but the 4,000 isn't real. So I'm gonna save this and undock really quickly. And now I can see that I have about 6,000. I have 7,000. Yeah, I'm going. Hang on. Yes. Eloria, don't worry, I'm almost done. I'm about to be finished. I'm just kind of like showing things and kind of being nerded out. I've got about 7,000 delta V speed, and that will definitely get me somewhere. Do I want to use it to get to Duna? I can use it to get to Duna, orbit it, and definitely make my way back. So this is actually a really cool way to just get me to orbit things in general. Eloria, thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate it so much. She's kind of, I have to go to a thing right now. Which is why I was saying that I couldn't really stay here. But let me at least get it back to like load save. Feel good about this. I feel really good about this. I am still attached, but dude, this is so much fun that I was able to like pull this off. I enjoy this quite a lot. All right, so I'm going to once again F5 it just to be totally safe. I'm gonna exit. No, that's fine. All right, so that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna have to stop the stream, but I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you for joining me on this journey of like attaching myself to a space station and refueling a ship. And you know, seems like such a small thing, I think, but it's something that I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do, and that I made it here is awesome. Siler, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for following me on Twitch. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, I know it's a short stream and you came in for a short part of it and you just kind of like are following. I really, really, really am thankful for that. Twitch is definitely seems to be where I'm heading towards as far as where I'm going to be streaming mainly in the future. Facebook kind of drops my feed from time to time, but I'm glad that it worked out today. It usually doesn't. But if you're enjoying these streams and you want to keep following and seeing things as they come up, please consider following me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/ sorry, that's not true. I think it's / no, it is / twitch.tv/SwampDragoon, and you'll be notified when I go on stream again, and it's usually like every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday and Thursday. And we're gonna see what we can do. If mostly it's Kerbal Space Program. If I get a better computer soon enough, I'll be able to play some other things. Yeah, that's all I've got. So I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I'm gonna be here again for another stream. I'm gonna go to another planet. We're gonna see how we do with that and see if we survive that journey. And then hopefully, like, more interesting streams will happen in the future. I don't know, but we'll keep trying. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on the next stream. See you later, guys.